Robin.
Ladies and gentlemen,
there he is.
Ozzy Osbourne.
It is Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy will introduce everyone. Opie, Anthony, Opie, Anthony, Jim Norton.
Hi, Oz.
I forgot already.
I know, it's
Yeah.
okay. I just want to say hi.
Nice. You made it.
So happy you're here.
Thank
Don't ask
God.
me why. I got in like a couple of hours ago, and I'm like,
Yeah? You get up early these days or what?
well, I got radio interviews, yeah.
Yeah? It's kind of, what time did you get up today? Because it's kind of early for a rock star.
About 7:30.
7:30?
I went to sleep at 6:15.
6:15 in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You go on that little sleep?
I got no choice. My wife's got a good left foot. She kicks my butt out of bed. And
Yeah, you can't
go to
sleep
work.
late anymore. Go to work. Can't you make her just realize
But
you
she
wanna...
works harder than me.
But that's a great deal for you. I think you
Yeah,
should
but-
just
but-
relax. Enjoy,
Thank you.
enjoy yourself.
Thank you. Get me some Quaaludes quick.
Because believe me, I love Sharon and everything, but I mean, it seems to me like these probably are the years you should maybe be relaxing.
You know, as we gotten older together, we're getting more work now than ever.
Is that a good thing?
It could be worse.
It could be worse, but I don't know.
I could be Arab and have 4 wives who could drive me nuts.
You enjoy it though. It's not like you're forced to be out. Because I've heard some accusations that people are like, oh, Sharon cracks the whip and Ozzy goes, and he doesn't want to work this hard anymore.
How many married men do you know that their wives don't crack the whip?
You are so right.
It doesn't matter what you
so
do.
right.
They don't go crack the whip. They've got very many tactical ways of getting what they want out of you.
Even
man.
the Prince of Darkness has to put up with that. Has to put up with the whip crack.
I mean, I've even tried a wooden spike through a heart.
That didn't work.
I got splinters in my hands. Then I got told off for whittling.
Yeah, boy, they can be tough. That's for sure.
That's hilarious.
How you feeling? Your neck and your back and everything?
I can't say the word, but
No, you can say whatever you want. You can say fuck shit here.
Yeah, it sounds like radio.
It's kind of fucked, man.
Yeah, is it?
I'm worth more in scrap metal now than anything else. When I do, they're gonna melt me down. The fucking Bionic Man.
When we heard about your ATV accident, it's like everybody assumed it was nothing and it was okay, but it was pretty serious stuff.
But the dumb, they couldn't have been as like chasing a bandit at 500 miles an hour.
Right.
Fucking 3 miles an hour, man.
3 miles an hour, would you capsize the thing?
That's really the Prince of Darkness speed.
What did you hit?
The ground.
No, I mean, how do you fall off of it at 3 miles an hour?
Well, it's one of them. I was going down a dip, and instead of a screw kind of a,
Oh,
it's
and
a
you're
lever.
kinda- right.
My body, I had my hand on the handlebars, and I pushed the lever. Next thing I know, I was on morphine. That was pretty cool, man.
The morphine, huh?
Yeah. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to be the resident fucking morphine guy.
Just keep me here. I still feel a little pain.
No, but you know, I've had a big major change in my life.
Yeah.
I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do dope. I'm boring my fucking self to do.
This isn't just a phase, though, that you're
No,
going through.
I'm 11 months now.
11 months.
Which is the longest time I've ever got.
And this had to do with your accident?
No, because the wife kept giving me fucking shit. You know?
Hey, now I heard you were pretty much dead at this point.
Well, I didn't exactly want to run the fucking marathon.
No. But did they have to bring you back to life or anything?
Yeah, they got them fucking electric things. What happened was when I smashed my clavicle, or
Yeah.
whatever the fucking thing is, the bone.
We're
and
with
everything.
you.
Shoulder blade.
Yeah.
It severed
No,
my artery
collarbone.
and my lungs filled with blood, and I was draining my
Oh.
blood. I mean, I had to sort of put a thing in my lung to drain the blood,
Drain it out.
and my heart stopped twice.
Jesus.
Did you see anything?
What?
Did you see anything when the heart stopped?
No, I wasn't really fucking looking. At that point, I didn't go, darling, my heart stopped. Look at that fucking beautiful bird up there. The house looks fabulous from this fucking ditch.
Ozzy, I think he means some kind of
some
afterlife thing, an image.
But I saw some fucking afterlife thing. I'm a ghost sitting there right now.
Okay, you make good sense. I understand.
I was wondering if he saw the devil or something. You know, a lot of people.
I'm married to her.
A lot of people see, you know, the nice white light. And
the people say to me, did you see the light, the white light? And I go, yeah, it was the fucking lamp above the bed when I was waking up.
that's what I think that's all about, by the way.
It's bullshit, man. There's nothing holy host of fucking angels going, Ozzy, we have come to save you. It's like, get up, fucking, you got a gig tonight, you fucking asshole. My wife, you know, in a Satan frock.
Yeah. Jesus. Well, thank God. Everything
cleared that
worked
up
out.
for you.
You're okay, but 11 months now.
Yeah, 11 months.
Wow, that's really cool.
So what do you do to pass the time now that you're not doing the dope?
Masturbate.
One vice you're still allowed, huh?
Yeah, thank God they don't take that away from us.
But I'm a man's amputated next week. I'm going to spend too much time in the John, you know.
Do you miss the dope or the booze or nothing? No?
He got fucking old, man. I mean, you know.
Was that it?
At one time it was fun, but then it became a fucking pain in the, you know.
Yeah, it kind of gets in the way of a lot of things, doesn't it?
Especially when you're fucking nodding up on a morphine in a fucking interview, you know.
Yeah. Oh. And now it must have been a little hard knowing what you went through and stuff to see your kids going through rehab. That's got to be.
In actual fact, he spurred me on. I mean, I'd been trying for 20 odd years, but
really,
he just with the series going so well on MTV, he kind of like they all went, because when you think. People go, oh, it must be so cool. But when you think every morning at 7 o'clock, you open your bedroom door and there's a fucking crew and they're on and they're chasing your ass around your house or wherever you do go all day. And it's fun for about the first week or two. But then the fucking second year comes, you know, it's like, don't you guys have a fucking home to go to?
Yeah,
you know?
It gets a little old, I'm sure.
And so the kid, plus the kids went from being kids to TV stars, and they were getting all kinds of flack from the public. They were like being ridiculed and slapped. Not everybody. A lot of people were okay.
I think most people were okay with it, but there were some people that were really ragging the kids. Yeah,
you always got a whack jobs out there somewhere, you know.
Jealous.
I mean, the majority of the people were great, but the whole life switch really fucked with them, you know, and they started, you know, doing drugs and alcohol.
Now you were back on.
When Sharon was diagnosed with colon cancer, my little plan was like, I'll go first. I mean, you got to admit, guys, with the reputation that I had, I got more chance of going before she. She don't smoke, she don't drink, and she ends up with colon cancer, and I'm like, fucking smoking bungs and running around the fucking house, vats of booze.
So was
there anything that was like ever shot that you just didn't want shown on the show that you said you got
a lot?
Did they honor it or did they show it anyway?
No, I mean, when you see a show, it's like 25 minutes, right? They're filming from Monday at 7 o'clock till every morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning, and they got that for a fucking week. Like, a week you could make a series, you know.
Right.
But the stuff, the trick to the show, I think, was the editing.
Yeah.
And we just did a wrap-up thing with that Dr. Phil, who incidentally. He's a really cool guy, man.
Really?
He really knows his stuff.
Really?
He's when I used to watch him on the TV, he said another fucking
quack.
But he really is a nice guy.
Yeah. He kind of helped. Did he help?
You're all fucking mad and went home.
You're all mad. Did he help you out a little bit?
Yeah, but the guy's just a really nice guy. You know?
Yeah.
We had like a family thing, you know.
Now, you being going through what you went through with the drugs and stuff, you must have known and seen your kids falling into the same rut. What did you try? Did you try to do anything?
You know what? It's like I quit smoking cigarettes just over 4 years ago. I just got a moment of reality, if you like. I just thought, how can I tell my kids about not smoking with a fucking Marlboro in my mouth? Be an example. And I never thought that I would ever quit smoking. I thought I would die with one in my hand.
Yeah.
And one day I just went, people said to me, how did you do it, Ozzy? I just went, I took the patch up and all that shit, and threw the cigarettes on the fire, and I made my mind up, you know. People go, oh, I couldn't go anywhere without a cigarette. You can if you want to.
It's one of those daily things, because I know I used to smoke. It's one of those things where you know you're picking the cigarette up, so you just don't do it for that day.
The best 2 cigarettes of the day, first thing in the morning, last at night.
Yeah.
And the last at night when I was fucking hammered, used to have a backlash when the fucking bed was on fire, you know.
Nothing better than a nice cold beer and a cigarette, though. Oh,
a flaming pair of balls at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, did you take Sabbath off the ballot at the awful Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which should just be firebombed?
No. Let me explain the situation with the group I used to have. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is run by people that are in the business, not by the people that don't go at the back of a music magazine. If you write and tell us who you think you'd like in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
it's not fans.
And I disagree with that principle because I mean, you could get a job, or anybody could get a job in a record in one and get voted on the panel and say, I think Bruce Springsteen or Elton John or whatever. And for years we were like on the list, and I said, they ain't gonna fucking vote for us.
They're musical snobs, and they never gave you guys what they should have because you came from a darker place than like Aerosmith or all these other bands that are in there and that shouldn't have been in there before you.
But then they had a really damning response to me, which I didn't go out for a fucking week. It frightened me that much. Into the respect, it was so lame, man. It was just, so. What does Ozzy want? An award for biting the most heads off the most bats. And I was like, give me a fucking hand job, you cunt.
Like that's all you ever did in your career. That's it.
I mean, that was fucking.
Wait,
that proved my point, actually.
Yep.
Wait, you once bit a... No, I won't go there.
Don't stop. Just fucking and I can still fucking use my right arm.
We got
gag.
In a little way, and I could relate to that.
Talking about your penis again.
Yeah, because we got in a lot of trouble with our radio show. We had this couple have sex at St. Pat's Cathedral, so now wherever we go, that's all they want to know. So we can relate on a small level the whole bat question, the dove question, all that you've been asked thousands and thousands of times. So
who wants to hear it anymore, right?
Exactly.
Fuck it.
Well, it was like
yeah, it was like this. Oh, please.
What do bats taste like? I don't know. It's been that long ago. I don't know what fucking bread tastes like.
I saw you had a great answer for that on Letterman years ago. You said bats taste kind of salty. Great response for that. I gotta ask, this is kind of a dumb question, but like, what is your greatest fear when you walk out on stage? Are you afraid when you walk out?
Every night, people say, I've been doing it for 30 odd years now. And people say, oh, you must have it down now. I never, ever, before I go on stage, I go through this inner torture. Am I going to pull it off? Is the crowd going to like me? Am I going to? Because sometimes you go on stage and you go, it's going good tonight. And then you come off stage and the people come up to you and go, you feeling okay tonight?
Oh, no, really?
And you go, what? You think you're having a good time? See, my perception is fucked. My perception is all over the place. And then when I think I'm doing a bad show, they go, fuck it, Ozzy, and you get better with age. And it's, but I like to, it's like an invisible line. Once you cross that line, you're on, whether you're good, bad, or whatever.
Right.
I mean, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's fucking awful.
But you still go through it before every time you go out?
I don't put it this way, I don't need any laxatives,
Yeah.
But, I mean, the toilet is overflowing.
Yeah.
That's odd because you would think, for so many years doing it and stuff, and you look, when you come out, you just look like an animal. You look like the guy that, is confident.
I always think that, I always think the worst when Sharon goes to me, you just stand there, I go, I can't because I'm fucking me,
Yeah.
Sharon says, oh, no, you're 56, none of this fucking jumping around anymore. I just go, keep me at home then if I can't do what I got to do. I'm going to stand there like a fucking lemon.
Yeah. And then people say, oh, why is Ozzy not moving? Then you get shit for
that.
that.
He did die.
Just propping him up there, damn it.
In my contract, I have to die like,
fingers up in the air.
The Ozzy.
Hey, how'd you become friends with Elton John? I saw that on one of the Osbourne shows there.
It's a long story. My wife used to hang around with him before she met me.
It just seems like a strange combination.
I don't know. It's just a really. I don't know. It just happened. He's a very nice guy.
Hey, that's a good guy though for your wife to hang around before she met you with. Nothing was happening.
Not with Elton John, it wasn't.
Do you know what? I never ask things like that.
No.
I don't look at it. Look at any. I mean, any one of us could be homosexual. I wouldn't know it. I'm not.
Could be. Look around the room.
I'm not. Yeah.
I'm not a homosexual.
No, don't look at me. I was hoping
the camera.
I was hoping you were going to look that way, not over here.
I made the gender mistake with a hooker once. I thought it was a chick, but it was a guy, but that's not gay because I didn't know when I went into it.
But you fucked her, yeah?
Well, no, I kind of finished, and I was like, "Oh, you got me," and he left.
How did you go poop shoot or what?
No.
I think he paid for a blowjob, Oz.
Yeah, it was a blowjob in Jersey, and I didn't know.
I wouldn't give a fucking shit about one of them.
Thank you.
Look at that.
I bet you more than one person has done that,
Oh, thank you.
But
See, you're getting.
He's the only one willing to admit it in front of a
you
lot
don't
of people.
know.
Though.
I mean, some of these transsexuals, though, you don't know the fucking difference.
Oh, they're lovely.
Looking a little nice, right? These days, science
They
and
can
technology.
kickstart a fucking Harley every quick, though.
You know what I've always wanted to ask you too is
No, I'm not one of them.
Oh no. You're not a tranny. The original War Pigs, you guys had it was an original version you did to War Pigs, and then the lyrics, which were really like dark lyrics. Did the record company make you change that, or did you guys make a creative decision to do it?
It's been that long ago. I can't remember fucking making the record. Did I make a record called War Pigs? No, I mean the only one I do remember. Volume 4 was originally going to be called Snowblind. And they said, no, you can't. It's in those days it was like cocaine.
Right.
Was you couldn't mention or have any connotations. So if you look in the inside cover, I think it's Volume 4. One of the
Volume 4.
And it's got. We'd like to thank the great Los Angeles Coca-Cola Company, which is a little way of saying.
Right, you had to get it in there.
Fucking blow on that album.
Troublemakers.
But in those, it's got a lot more liberals since then. People actually sing about it now.
Yeah, now it doesn't matter, right? What do you listen to these days?
I don't. I'm currently doing some work with a colleague of mine on a Broadway musical about Rasputin.
Really?
It's really good. What I like about it, it's a different process than writing songs for an album.
Mm-hmm.
You can use a theme leapfrog it in and out of the song, and so it's quite interesting.
Yeah, a couple of people with the roots in rock and roll getting into Broadway. It seems to be the thing to do.
Well, I've been working on this for 10 years.
Oh, see, they're ripping you off.
Who?
Hey, this box set you got, you cover some really interesting songs. You do "In My Life" and "Sympathy for the Devil."
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
I had to have some. In my lives, I heard. I was watching this movie one day, and Bette Midler was doing this thing with this USO thing for the military, and there was a part where she goes into Vietnam, and I thought that's one of the least Beatles albums, records, songs that's been covered. I mean, I've always wanted to do a version of White Shade of Pale, but everybody and their fucking grandmother's done that.
Yeah.
So I when I did the cover, there's up the road, there's a covers album called Ozzy Undercover with a lot more different songs as well as those on,
What was the only one you'd done before that was like Evil Woman, I think, on the original Black Sabbath was the only cover until...
I did for that Moscow Pete Summit, Purple Haze for Doc McGee. And the whole box set, and the reason why it can't, I did covers because I've been on about doing it for quite a while now, and the record company, we're going to put like the fucking Miss Piggy Born to Be Wild on. My wife says, why don't you add that covers album? And it was a lot of fun to make actually, because it wasn't, they were established songs, and we didn't change them around that much, because sometimes when you hear somebody go do a cover song, the only thing recognizable is the title,
right?
So we kept it nearly as true to the form. I tell you, I'm really pleased with it.
You know, one of the greatest things about you, I've always loved, is like a lot of bands, like headliners especially, will try to bring like a soft opener, and you always seem to bring like the fucking best bands out there. I've seen you with Metallica, Motley Crue when they were on fire.
Yeah.
Is there anybody you've ever been afraid to follow or go on after?
No, way back in the day when Kiss happened, I mean, that was like a fucking revolution. I mean, in the Sabbath, we'd go on after Kiss. They would open up for us, and the fucking audiences were like all that face paint, and it's like, I don't think we belong here.
Oh man, really?
But I just played on. I mean, there's been many a times I've gone, fucking hell, how am I going to get through this? But I just plod on my own way, you know.
You actually watch the opening band and just go, fuck, we're not going to follow this.
No, I try not to because I either get influenced or I get pissed off. I like to live in my own little world before I go on stage because it's sometimes I'll do it, but not very often.
Right.
Man, look at Jimmy's got a little picture of you on his shirt.
Yeah, yeah, but
Jimmy's.
You probably didn't get a dime for that. Some bootleg.
no, I bought this at Ozfest. I won't buy anything bootleg Ozzy. It's gotta be
really?
Absolutely not. Nothing bootleg, man. It's gotta
Ozzy
go through him.
Ozzy, just so you know, you're Jimmy's hero. Simple as that.
No.
I don't suck cock, Jimmy.
Number one fan.
Number one, there's no one bigger in his mind than you.
Yeah,
no
I'm
one.
just a big. It's really great to be chatting with you.
He spends half his time on this radio show talking about you.
Yep.
You're my man.
I think you've been ripped out of band. I discussed Sunday Bloody Sunday from Sabbath Bloody Sabbath.
No, we stole that Sabbath Bloody Sunday from Sunday.
Oh, shit.
Oh, look at that. Close your argument. Ozzy, never a stranger to controversy. Of course, you know, the Bat thing and the Alamo and stuff. Now I see you turning up in the papers. The latest controversy, cosmetic surgery.
Well, I had my dick shortened.
All right, you heard it here.
There you go. It's an exclusive.
That's it. Screw page 6. Screw whatever they're saying. He had his dick shortened. They had a story about you. I don't know. It was getting fat injections and
What the fuck do I want to have a fat injection if I get up and work out on a life cycle for 2 fucking hours? Anyway?
yeah, it was like
that's
they
a
were
dumb
taking,
idea.
What I was reading is
If
they
it
were
was an
taking
injection of speed so I could fucking pedal faster, I would have gone.
they were taking fat from your ass and injecting it in your face or something.
What? Were you reading the fucking paper upside down?
Oh. It says that you admitted I have had a facelift.
Yeah, my wife fucking smacked me in the chin one night.
Ex-bloody Black Sabbath singer came clean after years of denying he had gone under the knife. Ozzy, 56, had insisted he lost his gaunt appearance by ditching drink and drugs and switching to clean living. But the rock wild man has now revealed, I've had a face job and a new nose. It bolstered my confidence to no end.
Do I look any different?
No,
Nope.
and the pictures that they put.
If that's the truth, I'm going to get my fucking money back.
So you never said this? That you've had a face nose job?
It's real. I don't know where they get this shit from.
I don't know. They're printing lies about you. It's probably not the first time, right?
Right.
Sometimes I'm sure you open up the paper, you read things and go,
I don't
"That's
read it
bullshit."
because I always get pissed off because
You
I
get
get it
pissed
wrong.
off?
Oh, you do get pissed off by that stuff still?
If I won't read a magazine, but once every blue moon I go, oh, look at that. Every time I look at it, look at the one in a million. It's something I don't want to fucking read. So
Probably something about your family or something,
not
right?
about my facelift or one.
What was the craziest thing you read about yourself that obviously wasn't true?
Just recently, I was in London and there was an article on Black Sabbath, and in bold writing he said, "Sabbath, you should fire Ozzy." And now I'd never rejoined Sabbath. We had a reunion because you'll never get a studio album out of him. And the reason why I said I wouldn't do it, I haven't. No, the reason why I haven't done another studio album with Bill Ward, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and myself is because I said, if the music that we wrote wasn't as good as when we left off, what's the fucking point?
You're a smart man.
I mean, so many times so-and-so's got back together, and I've gone, the album fucking sucks.
You do the same thing we do. That's great.
Yeah, you might as well leave it on a high note.
Just because the four of us are getting together. If the music's, I'd be a fucking idiot if I like this radio station. You know,
Say whatever you want.
I can be my own man. fuck.
No restrictions, Ozzy. I know. It's great.
It should be like this in everybody.
Of
It
course
should
it be.
be.
What's it gonna hurt?
Because I'm
The
sitting
hell's
there
it
with my hairs on the back of my neck and going, did I say it right? I don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna get someone in trouble. They're
It's like
gonna
having a
find
chat
me.
with some guys in a fucking dry bar.
Screw
yeah.
it, man. Doesn't matter. Say what you want.
So we have had attempts at doing an album, but I don't know. It just didn't feel right, you know. And and this time, if we did do it, and it's still on the burner, you know, it's still on the back burner,
Right.
you know. If it's something come out as good as Paranoid or Master Reality or Volume 4, then I'd be a fucking idiot not to do it. But why should I do an album that I go, fuck, it's Black Sabbath, but it sucks.
You know what? It's easy for you to say also because you're doing very well these days. I mean, you're making a lot of money and stuff. Are there any of the other guys that are really hip on doing something like that just for financial reasons alone?
No.
They're doing all right.
I mean, it takes 4 of us, and if there's one out of the 4 that's not into it for whatever reason, it ain't going to be Black Sabbath. Cause
Right.
I've played Black Sabbath songs with great musicians. They've had various singers and different band members, and there's, in my opinion, there's like 2 Black Sabbaths, the Ozzy one and the Ronnie James deal, and it was I must confess, I did like a couple of their albums with Ronnie James deal. I mean,
Did that piss you off when you heard it and went,
No.
shit, this is good?
because it was like a new Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
And I didn't do so bad at the end of the day.
Yeah, he did all right for
Oh,
himself.
of course, yeah.
People still want to hear you do the songs. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Dio tried to do War Pigs. It was like, an Iron Man, but
But you know when I remember getting a letter just after about a year after he joined them, and he asked me for royalties for him singing my songs, and I wrote back, "Fuck you."
That's a nice answer, sure.
Yeah,
you got to be surprised too that after all these years, it's like a lot of guys.
Are
Like,
you winking at me, or is that a switch?
I actually blink a lot, but I probably am subconsciously doing it because I'm just so happy you're
He's
here.
twitching a little bit. He's all nervous that Ozzy's sitting
Oh,
right
dude,
next to him.
I'm just like petrified. I fucking forgot my question now. God damn it, do I suck?
Ozzy, you threw him for a loop.
Fuck.
I love looking at you flustered like this.
Oh, I'm just sitting here like an idiot with my hands folded. I'm not saying
You
shit.
don't understand. When people call up and critique you the slightest, he jumps all over him like they're talking about his mother or something. Really, just defends you like a
Well,
thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
dude.
it's like I know what it was. It was amazing how like after all these years, like you're still putting out stuff that's phenomenal. Like "Just Want You" is one of the fucking best songs you've ever done, and Perry Mason is phenomenal. That's like 30 years after you started. It's just amazing that it hasn't tapered
But
off.
I'm so happy for Zach Wilde. He's just got his album went to the charts at 50, and he must be fucking higher than a fucking kite right now.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
great. We've had him on the
kid,
show.
I
He's-
gotta tell him for whatever bad things he's about and crazies and whatever, he has worked his fucking butt off since he left me.
He's
He
a
does-
madman.
He just does not. He's unstoppable, man.
That guy's crazy, though.
But he can play a fucking good guitar.
Oh, yeah.
I should break in here because it's on a computer, Ozzy. So the show's going to end in like 40 seconds. We want to make sure we get all your plugs in. The new box set is Prince of Darkness. It's released tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And you're doing a signing in New York City
Yeah.
at Tower Records, I think, right? On
The Village.
Oh, in the Village. Yeah. Ben knows fast.
Yes, the Village. 4th Street in the Village.
Tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Tomorrow at 7.
Yes.
Okay.
And also the Daily Show on Wednesday, and I think Conan tomorrow. And then
Nice.
today, Dr. Phil and CNN Business News.
Ozzy,
All
get some
today.
sleep. Jesus, they got you out like look at you. You're working like an animal.
Well, someone's got to bring the coin. I mean, my wife's like shopping, so I got something to fucking.
Hey, Ozzy,
No, you know.
Ozzy, give us a fuck you. We're out of here.
Fuck you!
Robin, 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 Robin,